Tyler, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
So let me ask you, I know that you were on Epic Mealtime initially.
Yeah.
Was that the first YouTube, was that like the first content thing that you did?
Yeah, I mean, before that, I was doing like rap videos and stuff in my parents' basement. But
Like you were rapping?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Oh, dude, no joke, a quick tangent. I was doing rap music. I got do you know MOP?
I don't think so.
They do this. They were signed to Rockefeller for a while. They have like a couple of hits.
They're from Montreal?
No.
Oh.
I don't even know where they're
I
from.
would've been
But
excited.
they did a show here, and I opened for them, and they asked me to go on tour with them. And then Epic Mealtime started, so I quit that, and I did the YouTube thing.
Well, that was a better idea, I think.
Yeah, I think so in hindsight. Although nothing against MOP, very cool. I was flattered.
You were almost on the road with Mop.
Yeah.
I like it.
I almost mopped it up.
What does it stand for? Money over pussy?
Maybe.
Good question.
Well, there, go down. What does MOP mean in rap?
Mash out posse.
Billy Danes and Lil Fame.
Are they still around?
I believe so. Yeah, Annie Up was their big hit.
Oh, I know any.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I just didn't know it was them.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Oh, well.
So
look
yeah,
at
I had
that.
done a couple videos before Epic Mealtime, yeah.
And then how did you get involved with Epic Mealtime? I know Harley.
Oh yeah, that was, we lived 2 blocks away, and everyone involved in that lived within a few blocks of each other in the West Island where there's not much to do, and we were bored hanging in backyards making big food, so we filmed it and it took off.
I remember if I asked Harley, like, was it one of those things where you're like, this is going to pop off, or you're like...
Yeah, I think we had expectations.
As long as you know.
We filmed it in July and didn't put it out until October because we were tweaking it and touching little things. We added the calorie counter and the bird noise to censor things. So like we were tweaking it for months, and then we put it out, not expecting for it to be what it became or even for it to like be a series where we would do more. We just thought this was a cool video, but then yeah, it took off.
And then did a lot of people slowly start quitting their stuff? Like, hold on a second, let me just focus.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
How big was the team?
It constantly was malleable, but like the main core when I was there was probably like 6 or 7.
6 or 7? Okay, not bad. It's still light.
Yeah.
If you think about the amount of content you guys were putting out, like how big the videos were.
For sure. And we, like, everyone had a role and had a job there.
And did you guys get bored of it? Or like... Because the reason why I'm surprised that it stopped like completely is just because it's something that I feel like you could always think of something. You could go to a different country and do Epic Meal fucking China or something.
I agree. I think, I was writing them all, so I was like the content guy. And I definitely wanted to like evolve it and do more than just screaming bacon every week. But I was told like, no, you keep it as it is and stick.
Don't mess with a good thing.
No, exactly. Don't try and fix it if it ain't broke.
Which I get too. I get that logic.
But creatively, it got pretty stale for me. And also just like, I won't get into all the messy details, but I think it was a fumbled opportunity for sure. Where like,
are you guys all friends or are you guys fighting?
I'm cool with everybody.
But this one, so
I
is
haven't
everyone
spoken
cool?
to Harley in years.
So then you're not cool with everyone.
I mean, I'll say hi to him if I see him, but I do think he didn't. How do I word this? He fumbled. I think.
Like,
I think everyone wanted to really grow and expand and do more, and he wanted to own everything and have everything, and everyone eventually left. That's pretty much why everyone left, because no one was allowed to do anything for themselves. It was his.
Do you think it was one of those situations where it's like because no one, I guess in Montreal, a lot of us didn't have experience with any of that shit like popping off.
For sure.
You think it's just like, I think this is the best way to run things?
I think it's part that. I think early on, he had a business partner and they had a falling out over power and like who.
For Epic Mealtime or something else? Okay.
Epic Mealtime. So within the first couple of months, he got involved in a lawsuit over equity. And
that triggered that.
So the rest of us were all there on a promise that once this is taken care of, we'll divvy it up fairly. And then that took like 3 years and he lost. And he had to pay this guy, I don't know how much, like a couple mil. And I think he turned around and was like,
I don't trust anyone. Yeah. Oh, fuck.
So I kind of get it, but it's a little frustrating from my perspective because, like, I think we could have been way bigger than we were.
I think so, too. I think that could have kept growing. Wait, was that guy a random guy? The business guy?
No, he was doing the videography at the beginning.
So you guys knew him?
Yeah, he was part of it for, like, the first 2-3 months, and then they had a falling out right away.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's the fucked up thing about business and involving too many people, and especially if you don't know them, you haven't done business, shit like that happens where somebody will either come to sue you or they'll try to get more.
And I also just think like, and everyone's different, but I think he's just the kind of guy he'd rather have 100% of a million than 95% of 10 million.
Okay. Everyone has different attitudes.
Yeah.
Fucking shit. I think you think there could ever be a reunion where everyone gets, I think it's possible.
I mean,
because you don't hate each other. You guys work together. You were brothers. You were brothers in arms.
I don't, for
brothers
sure.
on YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's funny. I went to, do you know Down with Webster? They were a band from
Toronto.
Okay,
I do know. I was like, why does that sound familiar?
So I'm buddies with those guys, and they haven't done music in like a decade, and they this summer did like a reunion tour, and I went to see them in Toronto, and they crushed it, and there was like thousands of people at this huge outdoor stadium, this outdoor park. And I remember like talking to them after. I was like, damn, like you really have to go away for people to miss you, huh?
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I should call Harley.
You should, dude. That would be a good that would be a good reunion.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I think the next step for you guys now, given that the world is so international because of the internet, everyone's so connected. Epic mealtime, different countries.
Yeah, I also haven't eaten meat in like probably 7 years.
You can't eat meat. Yeah. You won't be the meat guy.
I feel like I did. I had enough for a lifetime.
Is that why you just got disgusted?
That's definitely part of it. Not even disgusted. Just like I had my share. I had enough animals.
I can't. I love animals, but I can't stop eating meat. I love meat.
It took me a while. It took me probably a year of weeding off of it.
All vegan now?
Yeah, I'm vegan now.
100%.
The odd time I'll have cheese and get diarrhea, but
okay. Well, is it? Did you always have like an intolerance, or was it after you stopped?
I think it's just a Jewish thing, also.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, you guys
Jewish
are.
Tummy.
Yeah, you guys don't handle
we
dairy
don't do
well.
dairy, yeah.
Can I have a bottle of water?
Yeah. Oh yeah, sure.
Thank you,
put
Doug.
them in the fridge.
Oh fuck yeah, sure. You guys have soft stomachs for that.
Yeah, big time.
I'm good. I'm like
Yeah, you can eat anything.
Oh, dude.
Really?
It's metal down there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And it comes out nice and firm?
Yeah, I don't have a problem yet, but the thing is, I feel like I'm pushing my luck.
I got one, thank you.
I feel like I'm pushing my luck right now, because from what I understand, it's just at some point, everyone gets fucked up. I'm just waiting for my time when my stomach's like, look, but you're too old.
Yeah.
But I mostly eat meat now. It's mostly protein.
Okay.
Meats and veggies.
And where are you getting your meat?
The butcher.
Okay, I think I'm like not the judgmental type of vegan. I'm
just scared of getting poisoned.
Yeah.
So I eat more meat, but then sometimes I'll go to the grocery store and I don't like the meat I see there.
Yeah.
I look at it, I go, that's chemical. And then I start getting disgusted. And
the whole world of like factory farming is really messy and gross. That's probably my biggest reason.
You know what I learned? How fucked up it is? It's not even for humans. I fucked up. I learned about it because of my dog. So I adopted my dog. She was 7, and they told me she has like a couple of months to live. She was all fucked up. By the way, she's 14 now.
Nice.
Super
what kind
healthy.
Of dog?
Part Yorkie, part Chihuahua. She's a bit of a bastard. We don't know exactly what's in her, but you could tell that there's some Yorkie. So in the beginning, I was given the Royal Canine shit that they were giving over there. Like, this is good dog food. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if it's good dog. So I was looking at what it is. It all seemed like garbage. I was reading it. Then I did my own research, and I found out that basically what they give these dogs, stuff you wouldn't even find in McDonald's for us, like the worst of. It's like if we were only eating fast food and worse.
Yeah.
So it's like, let me just try to cook like I would for a human being. So we just started cooking.
Really?
Salmon every day, like a person. Dude, the dog started to change, the fur, everything. Now it's 7 years later. Wow. She's feisty, she's strong. She didn't die in the first year like they said she would. And then since then, I remember in the beginning, like, no, you should give it. I was like, I'm not giving you this fucking shit that you're pushing at the vet. This garbage. It's all garbage. Whatever on the wall there, it's all trash. It's all poison.
Yeah.
Started feeding her real stuff. Better life,
really?
Better dog, no diarrhea, none of that shit. Yeah.
I have a 6-month-old puppy, and we're on the 4th type of food because everything gives him diarrhea.
You're gonna have to treat it like a human. You're gonna have to.
I can't even cook for myself, though.
I know. In the beginning, that's what got tough. So let's say if she'd get diarrhea because she'd eat something weird, it'd be eggs. I'd make her like scrambled eggs and stuff, or even boiled eggs. You could just boil them. They love eggs. Eggs are good for them. What else? Chicken, boil, salmon.
Yeah.
She eats better than me.
Really?
Yeah. But healthy as fuck, because this is the other thing I was thinking. I go, all these years that dogs, wolves existed, they weren't eating this because they make you think like this is what they have to eat.
Yeah.
There was no fucking pedigree in the wild. What are you talking about? Their stomachs?
Dehydrated fish morsels. And,
it's all garbage.
Oh, yeah.
It's all trash.
Yeah, it's gross.
So I was like, let me feed her normal. And you see after a couple of weeks, she starts changing and they become super healthy.
Really?
Yeah, because it's good nutrients.
Oh, so you're saying I gotta cook?
Gotta cook, doggy. But simple stuff. You could boil stuff. Boil chicken, boil eggs. Just leave it there.
Yeah, I guess. I could do like a big meal prep day for the dog.
Steak sometimes. Little
you
stuff.
Go crazy for that.
And you're gonna see just once it's and veggies. And there's even some berries they can have. There's all kinds of shit that they can eat.
Yeah.
And you see how healthy they get.
Really? Yeah, I try to mix, I mix blueberries in with his breakfast and I mix pumpkin puree in with his dinner.
Good.
But I know the kibble's the worst.
Dude, it's so bad for them.
Yeah.
It's so bad. And you notice it too. Then they get like these weird, over time, arthritic conditions, these weird things for dogs. And it's all because of the shit they eat. It's like us humans. If you just eat McDonald's every day.
For sure.
You're going to get sick.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, the I'm sure everyone knows this, but the like McDonald's 100% beef. It's
not really, that's just the name of the company, right? I remember that. Yeah. I haven't eaten McDonald's in years. I avoid, I'm very.
Funny story. The last time I ate meat, I hadn't eaten meat for probably 6 months and I was craving a McDouble. So I'm sitting at home stoned alone and I order McDonald's and it gets there and I take a bite and I'm chewing it and I can't swallow it. And in my head, I'm trying to convince myself that like, this isn't even real meat. It's not. You could eat this. And I had to spit it out and throw it out. That's the last time I ate. Or I didn't eat meat.
Oh, that's why I think McDonald's fight. It's all garbage.
It's the McDonald's, yeah.
I haven't had it in years because like I went on a weight loss journey. I started losing weight and I'm very scared. I can't put that shit in my body anymore. I'm very nervous.
And then you get like, you just feel bad after.
I get greasy. Like my head feels weird. The meat sweats. Yeah. But I eat so much meat regularly, like real meat, doesn't bother me. As long as I don't overeat. Because it's real. Yeah. But all that fast food shit, it fucks me. And sometimes you want a good burger, but if I'm going to eat a good burger, like a real burger, I'll go to like a restaurant that's famous for it.
Right.
You know, maybe I'm doing comedy at like fucking Doubles. Then I'm going to have their burgers. Nice. They have fucking delicious burgers.
That's a crazy burger.
Oh, it's a delicious burger.
Yeah. Nice.
So I'll do things like that, but they're rare. I try to avoid stuff because I was looking at a photo the other day. Fuck, dude, I lost a lot of weight.
How much did you lose?
I lost over 100 pounds. I know that because I was 330 at one point. Now I'm like 209.
Nice.
But you don't notice it until you see it before and after.
Yeah.
Because it was gradual, and I'm like, fuck, that's a different human being.
Crazy.
I stumbled I stumbled upon old pictures of the pilot, remember?
Me and you? Yeah.
Dude, you, different human being.
Yeah, my face looks like it's going to explode.
Yeah. You, like, I don't know, you even look like this weird supervillain.
Yeah, I didn't look the same.
You wore pinstripe suits all the time.
Kidnapping kids. I was having ditty parties really at the time. I had to lose weight.
No lie, you kind of did look like a molester.
I did. I looked like a fat molester. Completely different human being.
Damn, see, I got to lose weight.
It's not as
put on a list.
You could do it. It's a bit harder for you because the vegan is hard because a lot of carbs.
And also you have to cook and prepare so much. So I just end up having like peanut butter toast.
Which isn't the best.
It's bad. It's not good at all.
That's something you got to eat like once in a while as a snack.
In like an emergency.
Yeah, but it ends up becoming your fucking main thing.
Yeah. So I'm also not good with food. Like I get so zoned in on what I'm doing all the time that before I know it, I'm like, oh fuck, it's 5 p.m. and I got to eat something.
What consumes most of your time now?
All kinds of nonsense. I'm putting together like the foundation for what I'm gonna do next, which I want to do. I love art is my thing. I got into art maybe like 5 years ago, and that's really taken up more and more of my life. So every moment of free time that I have, I'm painting or I'm making stuff. And did
you draw as a kid?
Yeah. I was always like doodling, and I never like took any lessons or took it seriously until recently. I discovered it maybe like 2017. I would start painting just like after work to relax. And I loved it so much. I started doing it more and more and more. And now I'm trying to do it like with every moment that I have. So through that, I'm doing a podcast. I want to get into events. I want to start a whole like art wellness type brand, let's call it.
Oh, fucking right.
Yeah. So that's what I'm working on now.
How long have you been working on that?
Pretty much since like July. The show, the Porn Talk show ended in June. So,
and that, as we spoke before the show, that ended abruptly. That was like, you didn't even see it coming.
Yeah, we were supposed to be, we had shows locked in until the end of the year, but they just pulled the plug.
See, I don't like that. That's the one thing, because there's opportunity sometimes for me, for the French podcast, to do like go more corporate, you know. Yeah. But I always get nervous about if I relinquish power and give it to like a corporation, they can just do that.
Yeah.
And that's what happens to all my 9-to-5er friends too. They dedicate their lives to a job like this company. They love me. And I tell them, dude, I've done that. They don't love you.
They don't.
Something shifts, everyone's fired. Yeah. I'm like, but I dedicated.
Any company that tells you that you're like part of the family and we're a family here, immediate red flag.
Yeah. You know what kind of family they're talking about? The family from the mafia. That's what they're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
They're gonna fucking clip you when you become unnecessary.
Yeah, that's it. So I've been very grateful and very fortunate that for the last like 15 years, I've sort of just bounced around from creative project to creative project, and they keep getting more and more fun and entertaining, and like I really get to do some awesome shit. But it's all been like making stuff for other people, and I'm kind of at that point now where like I want to do my thing.
Well, this is it. That you have the opportunity now. You know how to do stuff.
Yeah, it feels in line too. It's what I want to be spending my life doing. It's what I could do it all. Like I haven't found anything since I'm a teenager playing basketball that I could do every minute of every day.
This is the first time.
Yeah.
So you'll paint. You'll look at stuff associated with painting. Yeah. Do you know a lot more artists now in the city, and you guys collaborate maybe?
I mean, collab not so much, but hopefully soon. But yeah, obviously you put your energy into something and you start making waves that way.
I know
start
with this.
Going that direction. Yeah, for sure.
Start in a basement.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And are you? So you have this, and you're doing stand-up. Is there anything else?
This stand-up, that's pretty. I write also.
Nice.
I write, and we're gonna start filming soon. We have like other projects. We're working with like Montreal only, and some other. We're gonna announce them soon. We're gonna do some sketches, some contests. Cool. Online. So we're gonna collaborate with them, and then it's been because you mentioned the pilot, Poseidon. Years ago, I tried to do a pilot, like just to do like a little sitcom, like online. Yeah. But I was all fresh. It was last minute. We're trying to enter a contest. And it was a fun experience, but I didn't like. I was like, I can't put this public. This is shit. It's not. But now, almost a decade later, with all the knowledge, all the equipment we have, I'm like, okay, now it's doable.
For sure, yeah.
Now we can do it.
And that's such it's a real relatable thing to like really pour yourself into something and put like your blood, sweat, and tears into it, and then you're finally done. You're like, oh fuck, it's shit.
It's shit, yeah. And I know. I look back and I go, fuck, I spent so much money, so much time, energy on this thing. It was unnecessary, and it doesn't even need to be long.
It was necessary though, because you had to.
I learned
practice it. Yeah,
yeah, I learned, and now I have everything. That's what we were sitting around. I got like an FX30, like one of the film cameras, and I was like, holy shit, I just realized something. We have everything we need to actually do the show now. Cool. So we were like looking at each other, talking, and I was like, fuck. And we have the people, like people want to jump on board. You know, I was like, fuck, I could pay, get everything catered. Everyone comes, everyone's fed. Amazing. And we could try this and put it on the internet and see if it hits. Yeah. So I just fucking started writing. Nice. And now, I don't know if Poseidon even read his script, but yeah. So
I haven't had the chance today.
Yeah, it's a 3-minute read. But yeah,
for real?
So
15 for him.
Yeah, exactly. 15 for him. So I'm like, fuck, I'm actually psyched. It's just dope. So I'm working on different stuff, but yeah, it's just this and stand up.
Cool.
So this feeds into the stand up,
of course,
and vice versa.
You ever get like tired? You just gotta like show up and talk all the time.
Sometimes depends on the podcast. I get tired. I don't know. It's weird because I do get tired, but it's not of the talking. It's everything after. The editing, the posting. I hate, and I'm not good at I'm not good at advertising. I'm very bad at that. Like, it's always forced. Yeah. Like I do because I'm like, okay, I have to, else no one's gonna know that it exists.
It's so uncomfortable though.
So uncomfortable for me. But I know I have friends who it's their bread and butter. They love it. They'll be on for an hour, like, hey guys, come to this show, and they don't miss a beat. It's like pulling teeth for me, which is very bad for business.
Yeah. The self-promotion is so tough.
Yeah.
That's dope, though. I love that.
I made it work. So far, it's working, and I'm doing the English and the French.
Yeah.
So I found like a beautiful little ecosystem that I work within.
Because I find in my experience, like so much, and again, I'm grateful for it, but so much of my career the last few years has really been like, the job is show up and have fun.
Yeah.
Which sounds amazing, and it sounds like moronic to complain about, but a lot of times, like, it takes so much energy. If you show up to a room of 100 people and your job is to like will this room into having a good time, you could do that, but it's so much exerting energy to like force that fun to happen that like I found a lot of times like, fuck, I just want to stay home and watch TV. It's hard to go have fun all the time.
It's hard to go have fun. And it's funny that you bring that up. Sometimes you're not in the mood.
Of course.
And then you go in a room. This happened to me a few weeks ago, and it was a big room. And I was like, fuck. In the beginning, I was a little like kind of snappy. And I was like, I can't do that. Like, I can't give attitude because I'm not mad at them. I was mad at another situation. Like, it's going to feed into everyone here. And then they're going to get tense like me. And then they're going to be, why am I angry? Yeah. It's because of this motherfucker. It's like, no, you got to shift it.
Yeah.
Get back to funny.
I haven't done much stand-up, but I've done enough to understand like how much it depends on energies.
That's all it is. It's
so
mostly
much,
energy.
It's not your jokes. It's how you're delivering and how you're standing and performing. It's crazy.
It's a whole different. It's almost, it's not spiritual, but there's definitely, it's all energy.
Yeah,
you get up there with the best jokes, but a bad fucking energy, and it doesn't mix with the person that they're trying to connect with.
Yeah,
there's always that barrier.
Yeah,
you have to find that nice little sweet spot where it's you, but you're letting them come on a ride with you, but at the same time you're happy that they're coming. Because I see a lot of comics too, they just close off right away. Like they go up, something doesn't work, and then they start getting mad, and then the crowd's like, fuck, I wanted to have your back, but now I feel like we're enemies.
Yeah.
So you can't win him over even with a good. So it's this whole weird fucking thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, I did maybe like a year of it, and for the first year, I would show up with like written out each thing I'm gonna say.
Oh, line for line?
Memorize it. Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Because then what happens if you lose something, you miss a beat?
Yeah.
They don't know, but you start second guessing yourself.
For sure. And you're just reciting. You're not a person talking. So I'd say so long story short, I did maybe like 10 months of stand-up all the time, and then the pandemic hit. And since the pandemic, I've done maybe like 30 sets.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Since like 2021. But yeah, in those 30, I've started to just like, if someone asks me to do a show, I'll say yes, and I'll show up, and I'll just go up and be a guy who talks. And it's so much more fun. I do so much better.
So much more freeing.
Yeah. I just have like maybe an idea or two, and I just go up and talk, and it's so much better.
Because you have no, you're not on rails, which is how stand-up should be. You shouldn't be on rails.
And you shouldn't be like, okay, what's next? And then what comes after that? And then I have to emphasize this word in that sentence, and then take a breath here. And
when I do my hour, that's how it is. Like there's some stuff that I can't miss because the next stuff is dependent on that.
And an hour is like you sculpted this.
Yeah, so that's those are the times, especially in French too, because it's like it takes me a split second to think of like the better word to use and all that. I don't speak it as comfortably as I would English. So it's so much harder, but it's so much more fulfilling because then I'm like, fuck, I built this. Like I made this little statue.
Yeah.
I sculpted this whole thing, and now it works.
Tell me about doing an hour. That's how long does that take to put together?
Oh, dude, it took, honestly, a good hour took years.
Of course,
years.
Yeah.
Like I tried in the beginning, and I was always doing half hours, and it would take like a couple of months, like 8 months, 10 months, and I'd have a half hour, and even that half hour wasn't that good. I was like, fuck, it took
just getting to 30.
It's almost like you're just adding time to get to 30.
Yeah.
And then when I had the hour, and I was actually touring it, and then I was doing it in French, I was like, okay, there's something here. This is actually working, and I was still not happy with it. So I would add, it would go over the hour, like 105, 110, and then I would start cutting stuff out that I was like, this is unnecessary. And then even now, I'm still, I should be done with it, but because of a misunderstanding with my agent, I'm going to keep doing it till like the summer, and then I'm going to record it.
Cool.
Because there's a misunderstanding because I want to tape it in English and in French. And she was booking dates, and she booked my dates for the hour for like May. I have dates coming out like in May and of next year. So it's like, well, now I can't record and put it out.
Right.
Because I'm going to be doing it, so I can't do it because I don't have a new hour ready.
Yeah.
So I can't do those. I can't do jokes you saw online. And it's like, and I can't record it because stuff's going to change. So what if I'm not comfortable with it? So I'm like, fuck. So then I have to keep doing it. So I'm just tweaking little things that I'm taking in and out. But you can't mess too much with it because sometimes I'll mess with the recipe too much and I'll lose the audience. It's like, oh, this doesn't fit.
Right.
So it's a whole
you're so
delicate.
comfortable with it, but they don't know it. So when you start venturing off the path, they want
and then it's something small, like something like a 2-minute thing they'll add here, and like, fuck, that ruins the whole thing. Now this whole 10-minute segment doesn't work as well.
Right.
And I think it should make it better, but it just doesn't fit in that place. So then I'll go back, I'll try it differently, and I'll do this. And
it's so crazy how much of art in general, paintings as well, stand-up sets, like everything is so... like to make something better, you have to chisel away at it.
It's weird.
It's really weird. Like the less is more.
It's with stand-up, that's what I've noticed. Less is more.
Yeah.
There's stuff that I'll trim the fat and it's shorter now, but it works so much better. I'd rather have less time, but it works better, and then I'll find something else to add, instead of forcing it to be long.
And giving it those pauses are so valuable. Like in music, the empty space is really where the best music exists.
Yeah, it's like that in stand-up.
Yeah, for sure. Is there? Do you find there's like a big disparity in the humor, French and English? Like, do you have to think differently for those like language jokes?
Sometimes no. What I notice is it's the audiences are so different. That the audiences are better in French.
Right, I've heard that.
So much better. Like they appreciate. Like they're more into the arts. I think in Montreal culture at least. They're way more into the arts, and they understand what you're doing, they're not as quick to judge. But in English, the way I could describe it is it's not always like now I have my own fan base, so they know what they're getting. But sometimes you'll go to a room where like you'll see people with their arms crossed. They haven't seen you yet. They haven't seen any comics. But it's like they're waiting, like, all right, make me laugh. Mm-hmm. Whereas in French, they're excited. They're like, all right, we're going to laugh. Yeah. They understand they're part of the experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that I don't like. And that's a Montreal thing, because in Toronto, when I noticed it, people are more into it. They're like, all right, we're here for a show. Oh, yeah. They know why they're going out. So I don't know why it's a weird... We had Justin Vin talked about it too. We have a weird hater culture in Montreal.
Yeah.
Where for some reason, it's like hit or miss, unless they're your friends. If someone's doing something out of Montreal, instead of us being proud of them, it's like we get mad and we get jealous.
Oh, you mean like the community of performers?
Not just in general, Montreal. It's so weird.
Oh yeah, it's a hater city.
Until they pop off in another city, then we start claiming them.
Yeah.
Which I never understood. Claim them from the beginning. They're yours. Help them move up, because then we complain. Oh, we don't have a lot of like artists or actors that come out of here. No one famous, but because you fucking drown them when they're trying to come up.
It produces great artists. It just they all leave.
Yeah, they all leave because they end up hating the culture.
Yeah, I find at least in stand-up, there's this like it's so competitive
for no reason,
for nothing. Like
it's not a real competition.
Everyone's fighting over nothing. There's nothing to win.
There's nothing to compete. This and stand-up. This what bothers me. Stand-up and podcasting. There's no limit. I listen to like the weirdest, most diverse fucking shit. Like if you see anything from my musical playlist or my podcast playlist, you're like, how is this the same person that's subscribed to all these different things? Because there's no limit. If I listen to your podcast, it doesn't mean now I can't listen to fucking this guy's. It doesn't. It's not a real thing. It's not a competition.
Yeah, exactly.
But they treat it like it's the finals of the NBA.
Yeah.
And it's like only one can win. That's insane.
And high tides raises all the boats. You know.
I try to tell people.
Yeah.
They don't listen. They start fighting about stupid shit.
Yeah.
And then they're focused on that, and they're not building.
Yeah, I think
that's such a nice quote. High tides raises all the boats.
Yep.
I like that. I'm going to keep that.
Yeah, because if I do well, if you do well, if people start looking at Montreal, like I've been trying to get a podcast scene, like a real scene going in Montreal, real podcasters, everyone's, going on their shows, kind of like what they do in LA and New York.
For sure.
And people know, oh, that's a Montreal podcast. And I was trying for years. In the beginning, it was always like, you're wasting your fuck. What is this, internet radio? And I would force my comedian friends to, like, I would force Mike Mayo and Andy Tenderloin to always do podcasts. Even though I know in the beginning they didn't believe in it. They even told me, like, I don't know what the fuck this is. But I was forcing them. So I always wanted to have that scene where people have different podcasts and we have a voice and people know. Like right now, I know the New York guys. I know the New York podcasts. I know who's doing what. And they help each other. They collaborate. And there's a different feel.
Yeah.
We don't do
community.
that here. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's competitive.
I don't know if it's competition either. It's more like they just don't like that someone's doing something.
I also think as a city, Montreal everyone wants to chill and drink wine in a park.
That too, yeah.
I think, I forget who said it, but there's a quote that I love that being funny is easy, but comedy is really hard. And it's true because comedy takes a lot of like hard work and dedication and saying no to things and staying home and editing and doing the shit you don't want to do. It's a full-time job. Yeah. I was talking to a friend last night who I think is a hilarious comedian. I don't know if you know Brad McDonald.
I do know Brad.
Yeah, hilarious guy. One of my favorites. And I was saying I think you're funny enough if you wanted to pursue stand-up as a career, but
it was fun. I know him.
There's no doing it as a career, just doing sets in front of 14 people at the bar every night. That's not a career. You have to pursue it if that's the case, if that's what you want.
It's when I know in the beginning, because I didn't know any better. That's what I was doing too. I was just going to whatever show I can get and just jumping on. And then I started to kind of get disheartened. It's when the shift happened, 2018, when I started to get more opportunities. That's when I realized that I was working so hard and I wasn't working hard enough because I wasn't putting my energy in the right place.
Right.
And then that's when I realized the ecosystem. Because I was looking at a lot of I was always looking at the States. I never look at Canada. And I saw what New York was doing in LA with the podcast scene, that it was nurturing, it was feeding into the stand-up. So the podcast became their billboard.
Yeah.
You see them online. I like this guy. I'm going to go buy tickets to watch his show. So then I was like, fuck, let me try that. So I was doing that with the Pantelis Podcast in the beginning, and I was getting people coming out to shows that would have never come out to shows. I'm like, hey, I listened to the podcast. I subscribed. I was like, okay, there's something here.
Yeah.
And then I did that in French, and in French it works 100, because in French, Quebec is its own country, like it's its own thing. So everyone's here.
If they had their way, then yeah.
But so it's so much easier for me. I tap into the entire market. So now I could go to different places in Quebec, and they know because of the podcast. Cool. I don't have to be on TV.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always I think if I were pursuing stand-up seriously and wanted to make that my career, I would be taking the opportunities whenever like whenever these opportunities come up to do these shows and bars and restaurants and stuff, I would be approaching those as opportunities to film. And I have a stage and something that looks like a stand-up show and thinking of unique clips to get, because you're going to get so much more impact filming something for the internet than performing something for 11 people.
True.
And
if you're going to perform for 11 people anyway, why not try to shift that into something that 1 million people could see?
Memorable, and I was there for that. Plant someone in the audience, bring a prop, wear a crazy costume. Yeah, like I would be.
You'd be thinking content.
It should be.
It should be.
As much as I hate that, because
but that's what life is now.
It's no longer an art form. It's no longer the thing that everyone loves. Agreed. But if you want to do it as a career, you have to play the game, and that's the game.
Yeah, it's it's so crazy how it shifted. Now, what do you see in you're still out there? You see people in Montreal. You see kind of what's going on. What do you think of the scene here in general?
Comedy,
arts.
Yeah, like we were saying, I think Montreal breeds incredible artists, and then they all leave. They all go somewhere to make it, which is upsetting.
If it wasn't for French, I wouldn't have a reason to stay here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my dream scenario is, I was saying before we started, I'm not a city guy, so I would love to get a fucking farm somewhere and film, make an art barn and film there every day.
Like Tom Green does that.
Tom Green's living the life. That's the dream.
He's because he comes out, he does shows, and then he goes back.
He goes on weekends. He brings his dog. He goes home to his farm. Oh, Tom's the best.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
I love that guy.
He's very nice.
Yeah.
He's a good dude, and he does his own thing. But he found he calculated it perfectly, because he'll leave to do big shows everywhere, and it's Tom Green, so he's gonna make his money, and then he could go back to the farm. He doesn't need to do shit he doesn't want to, because he's gonna make enough money going to do stand up.
Yeah, and he does the barn cast.
Yeah, but that was his thing. He was building it. He was here like 2 years ago, I want to say, a year or two ago, at the Bordel, and he was telling me that he was building that. He's like, I have a whole thing, and I'm going to just be doing it from the farm, Amazing. I was like, really? He's like, no, I'm not joking. It's a real, and he was trying to explain to me how it's not like 10 minutes out. It's not in the city. Like, this is a real, yeah. I'm out there. He goes, I love that. I'm in nature. I feel at peace. Yeah. We walk around, we see stuff, and that's the life he's living.
Yeah.
And when he needs to leave, he bounces, he does his shows, and then goes back.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to get there.
That's the dream.
That's the dream.
Fucking dude, yeah. Rogan does the same thing. Rogan's out there. Rogan's not like downtown Austin.
Yeah.
He has his own his own piece of like paradise, and then drives in.
Dream scenario is art retreat, where people come to me and stay there to do.
And you help them do art?
Yeah.
You need a big barn?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it wouldn't just be painting. Any type of art?
It would be art. It would be have a cold plunge and a hot tub and a sauna, like a wellness thing also. Put your feet in some grass. I think in general, I think the more the world goes the way it is, and AI and technology and all this, I think the value of disconnecting and putting your feet in some grass goes up, and I think the value of creativity in general, like as a commodity, is going to go up.
I don't know if people are getting more or less creative, though.
I think less. They're letting the robots do it.
Yeah, they are letting the robots do it.
Yeah.
I let the robots do it.
I mean, I think the robots are useful as a tool, but a lot of people just let the robot do it, and you can't do that
from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Well, I know. Speaking of robots,
be a part of it.
Did you see that whole controversy this week with Dragon's Den?
No.
With Simu Liu. What the fuck's his name, bro? Simu Liu. What's his name?
Simu Liu. Yeah, the Boba.
Yeah, the Boba tea thing.
Boba tea.
He got mad because.
Bring it up?
Yeah, sure, bring it up. Yeah, you can show so we know who he is. Simu. He's the Asian actor, Taiwanese, I think, from Canada. He played in the Marvel movie. He played.
What's it called?
The fucking 10 Rings thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. So he was a special guest judge on Dragon's Den, and they had
Simu Liu.
They had these two Quebecers that went on, and they were pitching an idea for their bubble tea. And yeah, there he is drinking bubble tea. It was actually a dick move. So they're like, yeah, we have this bubble tea, and we're making it with their French Canadian accents, and like it's a lot of people, they don't know what's in the product normally, but this one we have all the ingredients, and it's easy. It's in there's different flavors, and we're selling it. It's international and all that. And he got so pissed. He's like, I feel it's cultural appropriation that you're doing this.
They're doing bubble tea.
But it's like, dude, I as a Greek, when I hear about cultural appropriation when it comes to food, I get so pissed off, because on one hand, everyone's forcing. They go, we have to be international. We have to be open. We're like, all right, let's share. It's all right, let's share with everyone.
Right.
And then the second someone's selling something, They're like, well, no, that's cultural appropriation. Dude, are we international or are we not? Because if we want to go the route of cultural appropriation, by that logic, I have to start complaining. We can't have universities here. That's a Greek thing. Why are you guys doing universities? Why do we have democracy? That's a my thing. Numbers, the way we use them, those are Arabs. I'm not Arab. I shouldn't be able to calculate with these numbers. Poutine. All the Greeks own these fucking restaurants were selling poutine all over Quebec. We shouldn't be allowed to sell poutine because he's not allowed to sell bubble tea. It's this weird fucking line that people are drawing over food, over anything, but now it's food in this case. And it's like, guys, do you want people to adopt what you... So what, pizza restaurant, I can't open it. I'm not Italian. I can't sell pizza?
Right.
Every fucking sliced pizza shop in downtown Montreal is owned by Algerians. Are we going to go stop them?
Yeah, I think it's up to the consumer to...
Yeah, if I don't like it, I won't buy it.
To buy the appropriate bubble tea if you want the authentic stuff.
Exactly. I would be like, I don't like this or I like this, but to fucking shit on them, and then these guys got so much backlash online, and they started losing business.
Really?
People were calling them racist. And the funny thing is, people on TikTok are making fun of their accents because they're French-Canadian while calling them racist. So they're being racist towards the Quebecers. It's a mindfuck.
Can you be racist to a white person?
Yeah, well, technically, because it's a minority, I think you could. Right? But Poseidon,
it is a global minority.
7% of the planet's white. How crazy is that? Yeah, I think racism, you could be, as long as you don't like someone because of their race.
Right, because of the color of their skin.
Or anything. Because let's say, like, they all look white, right? Like, let's say I'm Greek, there's Italian or British. Like, British and Greeks are both white. They're considered now. We weren't before. We were considered...
Yeah, Greeks are like...
we're new white.
Fringe white, yeah.
We're new white. Us and the Italians...
White, I like that.
Us and the Italians, we weren't liked by what conventional whites till like 15 years ago. They made too many enemies, I guess. Like, you guys are on the team. We're like, what?
Yeah.
So, you could be racist with anyone. I mean, I would suggest you're not because it doesn't mean anything. Just because someone's of a certain race, it doesn't dictate anything about
them for who they are.
Yeah, exactly. I hate people on an individual basis.
Exactly, agree.
Because everyone's different. But because you could take two Greeks, put them side by side. One could be a good dude. The other one could be a piece of shit.
For sure.
Like any other. So I'm very, I love racial humor. But racism, I'm super, I don't like racism. So whenever shit like this happens, I get super pissed off. Kind of like, this is a dumb fucking thing. Like, you're focusing on the stupidest
it's
things.
Interesting. I mean, I get like...
It doesn't dictate anything. Race doesn't dictate your fucking behavior.
I can understand if you're the guest judge and you're sitting there and this fucking guy walks out with bubble tea, I can understand the fuck this guy feeling. But racism is a bit of a stretch. He's just trying to make a buck.
Not just that, he clearly loves your fucking cultural dish
enough to make
to make a life out of it. He clearly appreciates it.
Yeah, I mean, if he's gonna do it right.
But listen to what he says.
I appreciate his dress shirt.
Yeah, this guy just loves the shirt. Listen to what he says. He's got a thick accent. Though, get ready.
I am studying your can, and I am looking for anything that tells me where boba came from. And where boba came from is Taiwan. You know, I started this venture company for a lot of reasons, but really primarily to uplift minority entrepreneurs. And not only do I feel like this is not happening here, but that I would be uplifting a business that is profiting off of something that feels so...
You could just say no.
Yeah. Bro, this is such a leap.
I want to be a part of bringing boba to the masses.
I mean,
but not like this. So for that reason, I'm out.
He's doing the thing he said he wants to do. He's uplifting the origins and minority owners and stuff.
You could do that without shitting on these guys for wanting to start a business.
They came in with the wrong product for that guy.
But they didn't know because there's a guest judge. But also, I would have never I don't know. Give me some Poseidon. What? Hey, are you Jewish?
Yeah.
Give me the most authentic Jewish.
I'm the wrong guy to ask though. Chicken noodle soup.
No, that can't. No one thinks that's Jewish. Maybe bagels.
Bagels? I mean, everyone does bagels.
Well, then you guys should complain because that's cultural appropriation.
I'm sure we do.
It's just crazy. It's so fucking crazy. And then the internet, because everyone needs to jump on the bandwagon.
Oh, yeah, latkes is a good one.
Okay.
Oh, you ever had gefilte fish?
I've heard of it.
It's disgusting.
The name alone, it doesn't...
You know what it is?
It's not appealing.
It's like they take a bunch of different fish and make a log out. It's like a fish hot dog. That's the gist of it.
What about borecas? Simple to eat, looks like a snack. You know, you could freeze them.
Just anything. Cannolis.
Don't even know what that is.
It's to have people think, oh no, I have to back Simulu because I don't like racism. But this is not race. These are people who liked the product. They wanted to make it different, you know.
And like,
I love the names.
Yeah, I'm the wrong guy to ask.
Sufganiyot.
I'm a bad Jew. I don't know any of these.
I don't know what that is.
But yeah, I mean, like, kombucha's got to be from somewhere. You know?
It's
Like
definitely not an American thing.
No, everything's from somewhere.
All the names sound like a final
Wait,
boss
Jews are
battle.
claiming brisket? I thought that was Texas.
A juicy brisket.
No, they're claiming good brisket.
So this, personally, I don't like it, and I don't like to see people jump on this bandwagon because on the one hand, we had this whole argument for years of multiculturalism and fucking just try something, bro. You can enjoy this. And then the second, people are like, you know what? I want to start a business. I love this shit. Like, what did you say, you motherfucking racist?
Yeah, it's interesting because there's always like the line moves. Like, I agree, don't wear a headdress to a music festival, you know, like.
Oh, the native headed, yeah.
When we like came and took all their land, but
I didn't. Don't say we. I don't think you took the land either.
I mean, as white guys, we kind of did, but
Israeli.
I'm
salad.
a Greek immigrant. We had nothing to do with any of this.
sure,
Yeah.
someone who looks like us did, but yeah, this is an entrepreneur.
But then again, I started changing my tune on that too. I used to be kind of more like that. I started changing my tune on that. I'm like, you know what? I can't. I don't see, because I'm more on the native side. Like I'm more of a like. Enthusiast of the Native Americans because I'm a big warrior culture guy, so I like the samurais, I like the Greek, I like the old Egyptian stuff. I'm a big the Sikhs warrior culture, so I like the Native Americans warrior culture. But also at the same time, like, this doesn't help anyone. We keep mulching over the same shit. You're shitting on people who had nothing to do with anything. Like, someone was like, that would be like me hating Turkish people, and I'm like, you motherfuckers, you committed genocide on me, and they're just like, but let's say my Turkish friends, they were born here, they were born in Turkey, they had nothing to do with any of that stuff. Like, I didn't do it. It wasn't even my father. Like, I had nothing to do. Why am I getting blamed? I was born.
Yeah.
You know, am I going to go to an orphanage now and grab these kids that don't even know who their parents are, do a test and be like, your origins from here, you're a piece of shit? Like, we have to, we're a very dumb list-making generation that just likes to complain about shit that we didn't build and shit that the people that we're mad at didn't do, atrocities they didn't commit, and all it does is cause animosity.
For sure. But I think we're very much a product of being raised in the internet age, and the internet is built off of disagreements and arguments, and that's what works and what's the algorithms pick up. So I think we're very much a product of, like, everyone's looking for whatever it is, what to get outraged at.
Yep.
And then that they feel purpose.
I fucking hate it. Like, I'll see people fight about something so stupid online, and like, you fucking
but that's what works. That's what the platforms want. That's what it's built for. I spend such little time on social platforms because anything you look at is just going to be arguments.
Yeah, and they'll argue about anything.
Yeah, for sure.
But you can start, like, when we just talked about cultural appropriation. Fuck that. Go even deeper. What's the best bubble tea, dude? Give it 20 minutes. People are like, you really think that this is the best mother? You're
if
fucking
you
idiot.
Scroll down to the end, it'll start getting into like Wikipedia articles.
Yeah,
and shit.
the N word. It's like, we're talking about bubble tea. Who we calling the N word?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking
crazy.
hilarious,
Bro, this is
bro. AI is the shit.
dude. This is one of the best.
Are you showing this to the
AI
people?
No, I'm gonna show it right now, though.
Show it. Let's see it. 23 seconds of Trump working at McDonald's.
I'm gonna mute that just in case.
Yeah. Oh, this is amazing.
What the?
Just exploding.
What the fuck?
Are you a politics guy?
I get mad because of politics. I just don't like politicians. I'm not a.
Yeah.
I don't like the team. I don't like the culty
it's-
aspect of it.
For sure, 100%. There's people, especially with this guy, like, they don't need to know. He has a plan, I'm sure.
Oh, it's the opposite too. It's he's gonna destroy the. What did they say, dude? I saw something the other day that shocked the shit out of me. Someone. This was on TV too. This was on CNN or on Fox. Someone said, if Trump wins, he's gonna start separating people by race and locking them up and killing them, like Hitler did his idol. And I was like, this is on the news. This is that is an insane statement.
He did at a rally the other day, though. He did say to a crowd of people, "Do you want the black president or the white president?"
There's no way he said that. I gotta see that because there's no black person's running, so I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. There's an Indian woman running.
Yeah,
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
It's you know those garbages that say garbage recycling and there's one bin.
That's what it is.
That's
But that's
what
no.
politics
You're right. You're 100% right.
It's news networks 24. They need 24-hour programming, and they build this entertaining reality show for people to get really invested in. But that's all it is. It's making you pick a team to root for. It's same as sports.
I wish I could vote and get someone in there and it would make a difference.
It's
and
not.
between him and Kamala Harris, I prefer him, but it's not for the right reasons. I prefer him just because I don't like the establishment. So I like them being mad.
I get that logic. I think he's like...
But her is just continuing what we know doesn't work.
She's more the same. He's like an atrocious human being and sets such a horrible example as like a human for how you can act and treat people.
He is the internet as a politician.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that's what exists right now. It's there, whether I like him or not.
And she's
it's
just
going to be there.
And she's just a politician.
It doesn't give a fuck about anyone. I hate the laughs of this many people died, and she's like, I hate that fucking shit.
Are you a basketball fan?
Yes.
So she's barely a starter. And he's averaging 22 a game on like a 10-win team, and they're getting the coach fired.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. That's so well. Yeah. That's so well put. That's exactly what's happening. I don't like them. I don't like these people.
They're both trash.
I don't like politicians. I don't. And I know he's not he's a reality. I shouldn't even call him. He's a reality TV star. Yeah. But even that, I feel. Then again, because what I'm going to say doesn't make sense. Because I was going to say I'd prefer someone who's like.
Bring back Bernie.
I don't like Bernie Sanders. He's a career politician. I don't like career politicians. Yeah. I don't like.
What about brainworms? You like that guy?
No, I'll tell you. I don't hate him. Look. I don't. RFK. I don't hate RFK. I like RFK's. I like his healthy living. I like all. There's a lot of stuff that I'm with him. He doesn't like big pharma. He doesn't like how they're poisoning the food system. He's right about all that stuff.
Yeah.
The problem that I have with a lot of politicians is they take it to that one extra step. You know what I mean? They'll say something like him when he started talking about a war made half my brain. I was like, bro, that is unnecessary. Now, who's gonna? I don't even want to vote for you. If I could vote, I would. Insane. Like that's fucking insane. Same thing with Trump. He'll say a couple of good things about the system, and I got this. I'm like, fucking right. Fuck these people. And then he'll say something stupid. I'm like, why the fuck?
Yeah.
Just shut up.
I ran for mayor of Montreal.
Oh, how did that go?
I think I got like 1,400 votes. I have the ballot framed above my toilet.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not. I thought of running for mayor of Montreal.
It's easy. You could do it.
It's a full-time job, and I think in order to win, you need a team. You need to have different people in different parts of the city.
I did it as a bit, and I made campaign signs. I put maybe like 30 of them up, and it was just me with a white backdrop, and I attached a Sharpie to each one, and it said, "You can vandalize this sign." And I have like a closet full of them now of people just like the funniest shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I would, because in order to win as mayor, I think in Montreal, they don't just vote for you, they vote for your party, right? So you would need different people around the city because you can't just go in alone.
I'm not sure. I thought it was like each borough gets a
representative.
I should know.
So you can't win. That's what I'm saying. You can't win if it's just you. You need someone in each borough.
You know what I wanted to do? So the whole bit that I wanted to do was run for mayor just so that I can get to a debate, just so that they can ask me a question in front of a live audience, and I would go, "Oh, I don't speak French," and that was the bit. That's what I wanted to do. And they wouldn't let me debate
because they're like, he's not gonna. This isn't real.
Yeah.
What do we? I actually thought about doing it. I looked into the details about getting a team together.
Need, it's something like 200 signatures. I went to like a bar one night and got all of them. That's and it's easy to do. I think there's no like fee or anything.
What I wanted to do, and I wanted to take over someone's team. Like I figured.
See, you like want to win.
Yeah, because I figured I have the notoriety. And I have like the fan base that I could mobilize them, especially because people don't vote in these mayoral elections. And like, you know what? If I take over a team, like say Valerie Plante's team, if I'm like, you know what? I'll take over her team. I'll just be the head of that. So we already have the representatives. I just need people in these boroughs who listen to the podcast to vote. And I could take over this guy. I could be the Penguin.
There you go. Bring back the pinstripe suits.
Dude, I'm going to bring back... That's going to be... bring back the mafia.
And I think she just announced she's not going for re-election.
You never know. It could be me.
There's an opening here.
I think there's something hilarious about having a comedian who has a podcast actually running the city.
I agree. My whole thing was like, people were like, what happens if you win? I was like, yeah, then I'll vlog the whole thing. I'll figure it out.
I actually have stuff I want to do.
There you
go. First things first, parking downtown. If you're working, you get a sticker just like you do when you're residential. You don't pay for your parking. You're going to work.
Yeah.
This is bullshit. You know, someone has to go put money in the meat all the time. They're losing money from it costs so much.
That's crazy.
So that little things like that just to improve people's quality of life.
I find, maybe this is just me, but I find more and more in this city, you can't walk. Everywhere is either construction or there's cars parked illegally. Or there's no walking anymore.
No, because they fucked it up. She went bike first.
Yeah.
In a city that you can't bike year round if you're a reasonable human being. Yeah. I know there's people who bike in snowstorms, but they're not reasonable.
Yeah, that's That's mental illness.
It is mental illness, and then they get mad when I say it. They're like, "No, I'm perfectly fine."
That's
and
crazy.
there's just ice coming out of their fucking eyebrows like this, and I hate that shit. It's so stupid.
That's wild.
They really fucked up downtown though.
Yeah, I find the whole city's it's a mess.
You said Bernie? You like Bernie?
I mean, I don't like any politicians, but I like a crazy old nut.
It's funny because in the beginning, I was kind of more of a Bernie guy. I was like, I fucking like the guy. And then I realized, that's when, I think he's one of the people that disillusioned me with politicians. I was like, oh, fuck, it's all bullshit.
Even him.
He's never worked a real job. Somehow he's a millionaire now on their salaries because they know what the fuck they're doing. And then the best is, he used to be talking shit about millionaires. And then the second he became a millionaire, he stopped saying millionaire.
Really?
He started talking shit about billionaires. And it's like, oh, no, you motherfucker. Yeah. You motherfucker. So everyone, I forgot how many, like, so everyone else shouldn't have money. You should. Everyone else has to give away their money, their labor. You work hard, we got to tax half of your shit. You got because you made too much. Yeah. But him, no. So I was like, oh, no, fuck these people. Yeah, they say what you want to hear.
Exactly. That's the job.
Yeah. He's just manifesting. He was talking shit about millionaires. Yeah. He became a millionaire.
Just affirming it.
Yeah, he's just affirming what he wants. But that's the thing is they tricked this whole generation. This generation thinks that the enemy is are successful people. Millionaires, billionaires, even I don't give a fuck. Jeff Bezos could buy 9 yachts. He's not the one making my life harder.
You don't find?
He doesn't make my life hard. If anything, let's say Bezos, right? Amazon. If anything, Amazon makes my life easier. Jeff Bezos could buy the moon. Unless he fucking runs it into the goddamn planet, it doesn't change what affects my life is my buying power. So the fact that I'm paying half of my money in taxes and they don't go anywhere, that I can't drive, that the streets are, that directly impacts my life. But
it's guys like Bezos who are making the decisions for politicians to benefit them rather than us.
No, what does that mean? Because, like, for example, let's say my tax dollars, like, let's say you get taxed half your money here in Quebec, right? Bezos didn't decide tax half. The reason why we're getting taxed is because politicians, the government doesn't actually create anything. So they have no other way of generating wealth for their projects other than taxing people who do. So now my labor, I'll work super hard. I'll give it to them because I'm forced. It's not a choice or else I'm going to jail.
But what I'm saying is,
I assume they'll do something good with it. They don't.
But that's what I'm saying is the things they're not doing good with the money is they're using that money for, let's say, like we lived in California rather than Quebec. That money is going to Elon projects because Elon's funding the politicians.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, it's all corporations. Corporations, like, I think we're going to get conspiracy here.
Let's do it.
The corporations are the puppet masters of the politicians making all the calls.
Which is a huge, because I do believe that corporations have way too much power, which is a huge issue. And that's what I'm saying is it's the incompetence of the politicians. If you're going to tax me,
but that's why
I might be open to giving you half my money if the kids, like let's say in Quebec, 33% of kids go to school hungry. If that wasn't the case, I'd be cool with giving my money. But if I'm giving my money, you're telling me this money is going to programs to help people, and then the people that I'm supposed to be helping are never helped. The kids are still hungry. Poverty's on the rise. But for some reason,
there's a lot more condos though.
There's a lot. No, not just that. But here's the fucked up thing: is people take advantage because there's a huge rise of 25-year-olds, 20-year-olds who could work, are able-bodied, and they go, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna go on welfare."
Of course.
There's a fucking problem.
It's not worth it anymore.
But then there's a fucking problem because I don't want to pay for that.
Of course, because the way it's built, the whole system is you can't, like, even if you do what you're supposed to do and follow all the rules, you can't survive. It doesn't work anymore.
But now we're touching on something important because you try to go the straight and narrow. So let's say right now rent is up, okay? And rent's a huge problem. So what bothers me is that we're attacking, they go, it's the landlord's fault that rent is up. It's not the landlord's fault that rent is up. This is the truth. We have to admit it. The reason why rent is up is because our dollar isn't worth anything anymore. The reason our dollar isn't worth anything anymore is because we printed it to the fucking moon. So what used to cost, whether it's in wood and importing food, whatever it was, we used to cost, let's say $10 Canadian, now costs 18. All that shit trickles down. Someone's going to have to pay for it. So everything goes up. So instead of targeting, whoa, hold on a second, dudes. Not only is my dollar worth nothing right now because you fucking overspent, you want more tax dollars. So now I worked these many hours. I should have had $1,000. I could pay my rent, but I only have $600 because I'm giving it to you. Reduce taxes
or bring back CERB.
So, but that's the thing. That's just going to make it. That's not going to last. That's just, again, cycle of free money doesn't work. So we know that free money it's inevitable that you, like in the beginning, it's like kind of just giving you Even drugs. It's good in the beginning. It'll raise you up, but then after you fall.
You know what it is? You've played Monopoly.
Yeah.
You know there's always a point where you know who's going to win, but you have to play it out to the end. We're there.
Yeah, that's where we are.
The game's over.
The game's over, especially with, unless, and I don't think it's going to happen, unless we had a politician, let's say in Canada, that was ready to be like, you know what, fuck that, we got to cut income tax. But you for a limited time, like let's say a couple of years, personal income tax, drastically cut. I would say the whole fucking way, but they still have programs they need to do. You have to, because people need buying power, and since our dollar's not worth as much, we have to give them more dollars in their pocket. And you can't give them, you can't print money and give them, because we're gonna have the same situation. The best is let them keep what they worked for. So you figure out as a government, you have to cut. That's what normally you would do in this, but for some reason we're not cutting taxes. We're taxing people more.
Yeah, because I think this is a much bigger problem in the U.S., but it exists here for sure, where they're not going to do that because the politicians making the policies and making the decisions are making money, and the corporations are the ones paying them as well, and they're the ones that get the money.
But they're not. The corporations would stand more if we cut taxes, personal income tax. The corporations would win more because you'd get more people working because they'd keep. So a lot of people left the job market because they weren't making enough money. Yeah. Because they weren't keeping the money. It's not like, even if I'm paying you $30 an hour, if you're keeping 12 of that,
it's not worth it.
It's not worth it. You're like, get the fuck out of here. Agreed. So they lost, and that's why Canada. Because people are like, why did we import all of India and this? And people are complaining online. Mm-hmm. But the reason why it happened, why Trudeau did it, it was because the corporations complained that they didn't have enough employees. People didn't want to work jobs at $15 to $20 an hour in Toronto in call centers because they're like, I could find something on the side that is going to make me the same amount of money. Yeah. I don't have the stress of this. So instead of like the government being like, okay, we have to reduce taxes so people have more take-home money so they want to do the jobs, what did he do? He's like, fuck, I got to help these corporations continue. Yeah. Import everyone from the third world. But then what happens is we don't have enough food, enough housing. So now they get mad, which rightfully they should. You just told people in India, I'm going to give you a better life. Come here, you have opportunities. They come here, you don't have opportunities. Everything's more expensive.
It's like showing up at an Airbnb and like the door's unlocked and there's no one there. And
crazy. So now you have citizens that work their whole lives that are mad at you. You have new immigrants who are mad at you. Yeah. You know, it's such
So where does it go? What's the future of? We'll keep within like work, because I don't see it getting better.
It could get better, but someone has to pull. It won't be Trudeau, because here's the thing. So what they do with the money is a lot of the tax dollars is they do a lot of government programs. They'll give it to their buddies, corporations, or they'll create let's say the census department gets super big, or auditing. The CRA became huge. So it was taking all the money they were taking from taxes. They made it bigger just to make sure they audit. And the people they audit are small businesses, regular people. So I'm paying taxes, more taxes to fuck you over, to fuck over a small business owner, a guy that owns a cafe, right? These things have to be drastically cut. So you need a government that's like, look, we're too big. We have to make it smaller. And we don't need to make sure that we keep people in for 8 months, a year, politicians extended, just so that they could get a pension early. Fuck them. Go to work like everyone else. Why is everyone that works hard, why do they have to work till they're fucking 70 because they can't afford anything? But Jagmeet Singh wants to fucking retire next year. So we have to close our eyes and not force an election so that he gets to get his pension? Yeah. That doesn't make any sense. I'd rather give it to the nurse. I'd rather make sure that the fucking the guy picking up the garbage, I'd rather make sure he's taken care of. I don't give a fuck about Trudeau, Justin Singh, or fucking Polyev. What do I care?
And in 4 years, it's going to be robots doing it all anyway.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be there's going to be less and less work, less and less jobs. By the way, I hope your audience loves this comedy podcast.
They're going to get mad
about taxes and audits.
They're going to get mad. Every time I deviate, they get mad.
But yeah, I think the future of work seems very murky. Work in general, everywhere. I think there's just less and less and less jobs, less ways to earn an income. You got to start a podcast.
And also people don't want to do shit too. Like, I don't want to go work at McDonald's.
No, it's not worth it.
So who's going to do those jobs?
Take home like $250. Yeah, it's going to be burger flipping robots.
But then who's going to be able, if no one's making money, here's my thing. Who's going to pay for so all of it is, I feel like we're on a tightrope.
Yeah.
And we're about to fall off.
Yeah, we're very near the, I forget whose theory it is, but that there's going to be like wealthy planet and then Earth is for the workers.
It might turn into that. We were saying before the show, Poseidon, we looked at that Bahrain stuff where they're using biometrics to buy and sell, to scan. and more countries are adopting that.
Yeah.
And this used to be conspiracy theories. This used to be like the mark of the beast and the chip and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember making fun of this stuff when I was younger. And it's like, fuck, why are we fulfilling idiotic prophecies?
I think what it is it's just human nature. It's our evolution. It's the way a caterpillar turns into a butterfly and doesn't know why it's doing what it's doing. Humanity and life is just turning into more technology. I think that's just how we evolve. It's just how it's going to go. There's no stopping it. There's no doing anything about it. It's just what we're naturally here to do.
We're turning into the cyborgs.
Kinda.
We are the Borg.
We are.
I feel attached to my phone a lot.
Oh,
too.
for sure. What's your screen time looking like?
Oh, it's I haven't looked at it in a while, but I remember I was backstage at the Bordel with Emil, and he's like, I'm sure Pantelis has the highest one. So we looked at it, and he looked at me, he's like, bro, what the fuck? How is this even possible?
Yeah.
It was bad. It was like over 8 hours.
Yeah.
And it was like 10 something.
Dude, I've some of the guests I've had on the Porn Talk show were at like fucking like 13, 14.
Hold on, let me fucking see. I've done it before.
crazy.
I know where it is. Poseidon?
Yes.
Can you get us your screen time?
Yeah.
Should I check?
Sorry, I was just reading the script, by the way.
Poseidon, come on, bro. I'm gonna have to get a new producer for the show. Like, this isn't the time for that shit.
What do you mean?
It's not. It's not the time for that, bro. Come
I'm
on.
switching at the same time, bro. I'm fully aware.
As we're looking at our phones.
Yeah, you fucking asshole.
Where-
Well, no,
where
this
is
is
it?
for the show.
Where is
Nah,
it?
nah,
Screen
nah.
time.
What do you mean? Nah.
Ooh. Yeah, my average last week was 5 hours.
Really?
That's a lot of time.
I'm on the about section. Is that where I go?
Oh no, it go to
Screen time?
it says screen time. It's like one of the options.
3 hours today and 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's 1 p.m.
Wait, how much? 3 hours? 1 p.m. And he was supposed to be producing two
hold
shows.
On. Hold on, from last night at midnight.
Oh,
I went to
okay,
bed at
okay.
like 1 or 2 a.m.
So
3
yeah,
screen
a.m. I
time.
went to bed at 3
take an
a.m.
hour off.
So 1 hour.
today, 4 hours, 57 minutes. 5
God
hours.
damn.
It's easy to get
5 hours. This
lost
is the
in
first
there.
thing I'm doing today.
Yeah.
Is this thing. And it's
Yeah.
5 hours already. And if I look at...
What's the apps?
I will say I spend a lot of time on notes, and I'm
Okay.
proud of that. I think it's notes more than anything.
I have an hour 42 minutes on Bus Out.
What is that?
It's like a puzzle game with buses.
Okay.
I have an hour, 17 minutes, my top one, Instagram. 1 hour, 6 minutes on WhatsApp. 1 hour, 3 minutes on YouTube. But YouTube, I'm not actually looking at it. It's just playing in the background. I'm doing stuff
On your phone though?
on my phone, yeah.
Okay.
So I'll just have it and I'll do stuff. I'll put it on and I'll continue doing something
Sure,
else.
yeah.
WhatsApp, I'm actually engaged. I'm texting and I'm talking. And then Maps, 12 minutes. This is just Wednesday.
How
That's
do I
just
have-
today. That's fucking
Yeah,
insane.
I could do like 2-3 hours on the Solitaire app in a day, no problem.
Fuck, dude.
You know
And this is crazy.
You know
it's
what I'm
too much.
confused about? I have 14 minutes on Maps, but I didn't use Google Maps at all today.
So it's just, yeah, that's weird that it says screen time. I shouldn't say, maybe.
Oh, Android
It's-
Auto.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, mine too,
yeah,
because
it's
I didn't
open. Yeah,
open my
yeah.
map and said I had a few minutes on the map,
really?
but I was like, I never opened my map. I know where I'm
Oh,
going.
it counts that as screen time. That's interesting.
It's on the screen.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So let's say you had Spotify on the screen, it would have that.
But yeah, these things like suck the life out of you. I feel the difference. Like if I start to limit the screen time, I feel more creative. I feel more energy, happier. They're like designed to keep you stuck in them.
Yeah, it's all a loop.
Yeah.
And that's actually, we were talking about the negative stuff. It's because you're more engaged if something's negative, because you're like, you motherfucker, I'm going to tell you something. So they're like, yeah, you got to kind of push that on people's algorithm so they stay within our app, within our ecosystem.
Yeah.
That's why we're fucked up. We got to make people angry. So it's good that this podcast deviated to politics so they could send me a message, you motherfucker. Yeah, they get mad. They get mad. Yeah, sometimes.
I mean, I think...
But it's inevitable right now. The election's coming up.
And also, like, it's a sign that you're doing something right if you're ruffling some feathers. Like, if you're just always... I often feel like it's a problem that I don't have enough haters.
Really?
Like,
Start talking shit about the gays right now. Gays and trans, just go off. We're going to clip that. You'll get all your haters.
I love everyone.
This is Poseidon.
Yes.
You see how right away he panics? Like, no, hold on a second. Hold on, I don't want that smoke. Say Palestine shouldn't exist. And we'll clip that. And then we'll see what you get. Yeah. Or even say Israel shouldn't exist. Either way, you're gonna, if you go too deep
I
on
think
one thing,
country shouldn't exist.
say anything.
Yeah.
Say Actually, I've said Sri Lanka shouldn't exist. Actually, no, I haven't said Sri Lanka. I said I want to buy Sri Lanka.
Okay, that's...
I want to buy Sri Lanka and people, it was a wild take. Yeah, and I was talking about it because we looked at like the value of Sri Lanka and how you can. There's corporations that have enough money that they could
To buy it?
legit buy the entire country, and then not like Apple has enough money to buy Sri Lanka.
Really?
Yeah, and I often wondered, why haven't you done that?
Would you rather Sri Lanka or the NFL?
Ooh. Both problematic.
For sure.
What?
For different reasons. They bring different problems to the table.
Both great athletes.
Both great. Oh, actually, I don't know if Sri Lanka has any great. Does Sri Lanka have great athletes beside him? Type in Sri Lankan athletes.
A lot of people there. You get a lot of people.
Yeah, you do get people. I don't know if it's super because
The answer is no.
yeah, that's what I figured.
Most
yeah.
of them are women.
Yeah.
Which is a little strange.
What do you mean? Susantha Jaya Singh.
What are they? Yeah, they're not big on athletics.
Matilda Carlson.
That's a cool name.
That's not a Sri Lankan woman.
Well, I mean, she is.
This guy looks like an accountant. Sanath Jayasuriya.
Type in population of Sri Lanka. Besides,
There's like a filter on that guy.
yeah, he's population of Sri Lanka, or yeah, of Sri Lanka. Fuck. 23 million.
Pretty good.
A small
Yeah.
island.
Yeah, I mean,
And an island.
so here's the thing. Obviously,
Cherry
the
on
NFL much more lucrative with all their deals, but this 23 million people, what you can do by mobilizing your people? Because if I would buy it, I would go as king.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I own this.
You're making an army.
I'm the monarch.
yeah.
I go.
Yes, Sri Lanka's about to get way bigger.
Look, clearly not much.
Not much. What?
You can't do much.
What do you mean? Look at that. It's a big, beautiful island, bro.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful island.
It
It looks like a teardrop. Or it looks like a turd that India shot out.
You know what?
And if you can mobilize all those people, then,
take over South India.
yeah, Madurai's yours, Kerala's yours.
Yeah. We start, and what I'll do is I'll make these deals with all these big companies, Apple, all that. I'll be like, forget sweatshops. I got you. We're gonna pay them a little bit more,
Ooh, and
but we're gonna
outsource
be
it.
we're gonna be
Yeah.
super efficient. But all of my Sri Lankan people need to have lavish lifestyles.
That's crazy.
That's it.
Their GDP is $75 billion.
So you start Mayor of Montreal, then bring that to Sri Lanka, make
And
it
then
one.
and then I tell India, look, I know you're a billion people, but if you don't stop fucking around, you're gonna be Sri Lanka Junior. Play ball with me, India.
You're going to get bombed by the U.S. so fast.
I'm gonna work with you. I'm gonna be like, look, Apple, fucking, you can have your factories here. We just gotta treat them better than you do China.
You know what I want to do? I've had this idea for a while where, the idea of like an entrepreneur building in public?
No.
Like they'll like vlog, like let's say you have a startup and you're going to like show transparently every step of the way of being an entrepreneur starting a startup.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's the concept of like building in public. So I want to start a project where I'm putting out content every day and building in public, but the thing that I'm publicly building,
Sex trafficking.
a cult.
Yes, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So the idea
Will
is
they know from the get-go what you're building?
so it's two-pronged. On my accounts, it's here's what I'm doing and here's the game plan and here's how I'm going to do it. And then, I start a wellness brand and I have a full brand about it and we recruit people and eventually we alienate and you can't talk to your families and it's us against them. And
I have the look of a cult leader. When I let my hair down, I think we could do that. I'm with you.
We get you a nice white silk robe.
Let me know. I'd be game for this. I think it's fucking hilarious. I like the bait and switch.
Yeah. And you tell people, but then you also do it for real. And if anyone doesn't catch the other side, they're just getting tricked.
You're going to get a shit ton of people who do not catch the other side.
For sure.
You're going to get people who just follow the wellness brand, and then they're going to push on their friends.
Yeah, I think the only reason I haven't done it is because
lot of work.
I can't think of a good ending other than like I die or go to jail.
No, we can't have any of those endings. Yeah, once you tell people you wasted a year of your life, like what?
Yeah, I mean,
this is all bullshit.
I'm down for that. I'll do it for the bit.
This is all, we had you guys taking photos of each other's buttholes. Why would that help you?
Yeah.
Why would that help you? Like you're an adult.
I
You should have known.
catalog of that now.
I should have a brown eye catalog. Poseidon?
Yes.
What's the GDP? Is that Sri Lanka still or the US?
Oh, this is the U.S. Dude, they make $3,200 per person.
32 per a year?
A year, yeah.
We can up that. We can up that shit. That's what I'm saying.
They're at 74 billion divided by 24 million is about 3,300.
I would up the lifestyle of the Sri Lankans, they would become the envy of that whole region.
Wow.
Yeah, build up a good army.
You're even doing the Trump hands.
Yeah, the envy, the best.
Yeah.
There's no, everyone knows Poseidon?
Yes.
Sri Lankans are the best, the very best. India, what's India? Sri Lanka. No, but for real, I think taking
basically-
over a
hold on.
small country,
Jeff Bezos could buy Sri Lanka easily.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
that's what you're saying.
buy it fucking 10 times over, yeah.
God damn.
He could sell one of his super yachts and buy it.
God damn.
Insane.
Yeah, but then again, what would he do with it?
I think there shouldn't be billionaires. I think you should get to like 999 million, and every dollar above that, you know, get a statue or like name a park after you or something. And there's nothing.
Well, I
above
think
a
they
billion.
waste. I don't think they keep it. Like, I think it becomes assets. Like, no one.
No one has $1 billion.
Yeah, I think it's all. I have $1 billion in stocks or boats or buildings. So there's no point. You're wasting your money.
Yeah.
And they all want to grow. So I don't think they have it. I don't want to put a cap on people's. I think if it's legal, like what I would put a cap on or stop someone is doing, if like a sex trafficker, drug, like if it's illegal,
It's fucking up lives.
Yeah, if you're stealing from someone, I'm like, no, I'm against that. But
I
if
also
you're just doing, like, let's say you right now, you sell one of your paintings. Let's say you paint something, right? I don't think that you're like, I want to sell it for 10 grand, but the bidding goes up to 9 million. I don't think someone should come and be like, I'm going to give you 10 grand. I'm keeping the rest. But it's my fucking painting. Why would you keep the $9 million? It's a lot of money for you. You don't need that money. But it's not for you to decide. This is what I created. This is what it's worth. I didn't steal from anyone. So I don't mind that. I don't mind people growing. I just don't like thievery.
Agreed. I think that there's no one with over $1 billion in worth that hasn't taken advantage and stolen and done some pretty bad things.
Probably.
I don't think that exists.
Probably. Or it might, but like inheritance or
Sure, you
I
got
don't know.
it. So your dad gave
like
it to you.
your dad, or like Bezos' ex-wife. She became the richest woman on
She
the
fucked
planet.
the right guy, yeah.
But you can't be like, well, this bitch must have murdered someone. It's like, well, no, she was married. She got that money.
Yeah.
And she gave
I'm
even
sure
half of the money
earned
she
it.
got.
Yeah, she gave away.
Yeah, she's like, it's a lot of money. What am I going to do with it? Especially if you're not an entrepreneur. What do you need that money for? So I understand giving it. And if it's your money, do whatever the fuck you want with it. I just don't want people dictating for someone else. Like, I would love, I don't know, a Bezos or to build something crazy to help people. I would love that. But I don't love other people controlling for them, being like, no, you have too much. Now it's ours. Because what people forget, it's a slippery slope. If me and you are cool with taking Poseidon's money because we think he made too much.
Excuse me?
One day, we're lying, obviously.
I know,
You have
I
no
know.
money. But one day people are
How
going
are
to
we
be
going to
cool.
split $23?
How am I going to fucking...
23.
How-
That's generous.
How the hell are we going to share the original Xbox? so I don't think it's right. Then one day they'll come to us. You just trickle down and it'll be like, you know what, Tyler, you have too. So
Yeah, for
I
sure.
don't.
And then they start taking it out without consent and stuff.
That's we have to be very careful with those limits. We can't just be jealous. Like I try to hold myself back and be like, what am I jealous that guy's a billionaire? If it was ill-gotten gains, different story. You have to. There's crime, But that's what I don't like, and I feel like we're at this weird line where we just hate people, and I don't. But I'm saying just because they're rich.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
What does
with
it
you.
matter if they're rich? Are they shitty people? There's people who are poor who are fucking pieces of garbage. It doesn't mean because you have no money that you're a good person.
I agree with you. I just think that every billionaire has done illegal shit.
I feel like that. Like I'm trying to think of who. I don't know who's a billionaire. Like
Who's a good billionaire?
but who? How many billionaires do we know?
Personally?
No, like that. So I know Elon Musk. He's a billionaire for sure.
Bezos,
I know Bezos is a billionaire.
I think,
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates. I think Dr. Dre is worth $1 billion.
Oh, Dr. Dre's done some shit. He's smacked one or two ladies around. P. Diddy, is he a billionaire? Yeah, he's a billionaire.
So I think Jay maybe.
Jay-Z.
I think he's around there.
What has Jay-Z done that's wrong? Apart from taking
Who knows?
Beyonce off the
So,
market. What is
Here's
he?
my call. This is my prediction. 2025 at some point, Beyonce is going to leave Jay-Z, and a few months later, he's going to go down, and she had no clue and had nothing to do with it.
You think, eh?
Yeah.
What about her?
I think a lot of people are going to go down. Cat Williams said it.
Cat Williams might be right. The world's big. Are they going up? There's more billionaires?
I think since the beginning of COVID, there was like, I don't know the number, but the number of billionaires like skyrocketed.
I could have been a fucking crazy millionaire if I knew more.
Yeah.
I mean, no. When COVID happened,
If I just made like all the different choices in my life.
I just remembered. I'm so stupid. I didn't understand. But stuff that you knew would not stay down. Like I remember barrels of oil went negative. Dude,
Yeah.
that was the time to be like, I'm gonna wait this out for 6 months. I'm gonna put everything I have.
Yeah.
in anything. It could have been oil, uranium, whatever. Had you sat out the year, you're 10 grand.
Oh, for sure.
Oh my God. I think about that sometimes, how stupid I was.
I'm happy to say that after 5 years of setbacks, I'm finally launching my mask company. We're finally getting launched.
It's mostly in Asia.
Yeah.
Yeah, people don't want to use it around here anymore.
Yeah.
But that, by the way, the masks and all that, that does show me too that we're kind of fucked.
Oh, if like
I remember the you know when I was like, yeah, we're getting gaslit and we're fucked. You remember Fauci?
Yeah.
So all the 6 foot rule, the mask, all that we followed the Americans. We followed what he said. When he was, he was speaking to Congress, planning the Senate, when they were asking him about that stuff, like, you made us do a lot of shit and there's a lot of money involved. And when he said publicly, yeah, it was useless. I don't know why you guys did the 6 foot rule or the mask. Who told you to do that? And then they're playing a video of him saying it. When he answered it like that, I was like, oh, we're completely fucked. Because people fought over this shit for years. And we were gaslighting and fuck you, you're an idiot. And then the actual scientists, big quotes, who told us to do it, are like, that's fucking stupid. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
I'm like, holy fuck, we're doomed.
Yeah.
We're doomed. There's no winning.
I find like so many people have these like government conspiracy theories. I think the government's a lot more incompetent.
Yes,
than we
thank
think.
you. I've been saying this for years.
Just morons.
They're
That's
just
it.
morons. And when you catch them, they're just like, it's your fault.
That was our best guess.
That was our best guess.
Yeah.
At least say, you know what answer I would have thought was honest? I thought, or we thought at the time, with what we knew.
That's what the evidence showed, and yeah.
This is what we thought was best. But to say, why would you do that? That's stupid. Who told you to do that?
And now
It drives me fucking crazy.
the next thing that happens, like COVID was mild in the hindsight.
At the time, though, so it was mild, but at the time, I would agree if we say, look, we didn't know, because I was panicking.
Yeah, for sure.
Because of what I saw
I
on
was
TV.
leaving stuff on the porch in a Ziploc for 48 hours. Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to admit that to people now, because
Yeah.
we look so fucking retarded.
Of course.
But I'm admitting, with the evidence, what was being told to me at the time, I was making decisions based on that.
That's who's in charge. You got to listen.
But to have the people in charge be like fucking dummies.
Yeah.
It's like,
And
hold on,
now-
so who's in charge here, bro?
And now, like, the next thing that happens, no one's going to listen to anything.
No,
anything.
No. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. It's like, yeah, take me off your radar. Fuck off. I'm not taking anything. I'm not injecting myself with anything. I'm not doing anything anymore.
Yeah.
I'm fucking done. Especially the people who didn't get any shots, good for fucking them. Good for fucking them, bro. Good for fucking them. The people who have 9 boosters and are still getting COVID, I never got COVID.
Oh, I got it, I think 5 or 6 times.
What the but did you get the vaccine or no?
3.
You got 3 and you still got it 5 or 6 times?
Well, I also think that if I didn't get the shot, I'd probably, like, be way worse.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. God damn,
it was
Poseidon.
It was
Are
bad.
you freaking out right now?
It was bad.
A little, yes.
I got it at the beginning. I actually think I brought it to New York. I got brought out to New York January 2020 for a DJ gig and got like the most sick I'd ever been in my life. And I was sick for like a month, even when I came home. And then the following month, everyone was like, "Oh, there's this thing."
And you're like,
I was
oh
like,
boy.
fuck, I think I had that.
I'm sorry, man.
Before there was a name for it.
I got really sick in the beginning, like a few weeks before everything closed down. Flu.
Oh, yeah, I remember
get the flu like once, so I was like, holy fuck. I probably after, because like, man, that was the worst I've ever gotten, like flu wise, from what I remember. It's like, fuck, I got COVID. Like in the beginning, I thought I had it and I passed it. Months down the line, when they were discussing to get the shot or not, and they go, well, if you already got it, you might not need it. So I went and I paid. I did an antibody test. Test comes back. They go, no, you never had COVID. I was like, huh, wow, I can't believe I dodged it. I didn't fucking get it. Years go by, never got COVID. I got the shot twice because they were forcing at the time and all that,
You
and they
weren't
told me
allowed
it was
to leave
safe.
your home.
And then I was like, what the fuck? How did I still not get it? And then after more evidence come out, and it'd be like, well, some people just don't. It's like some people aren't going to get it, or some people get it, have 0 symptoms, some people this and that. Like everything started changing.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? And then the people around me who were getting it repeatedly were the ones that had the most shots.
Yeah.
I was like, then what's the fucking point of this thing? I don't understand. If someone's taking, like, I'm going to take a risk. We don't know what this is, but I'm going to take 5 of it. And then I'm going to get fucking sick 9 times. And then the fucking homeless guy who didn't take any shots is living large. That's when I realized, when I sent him to talk to, he did this live stream with homeless people who were on everything but the shot. And I was like, yeah, this is a little suspicious. How are they fine?
Yeah. They have like some built up antibody shit.
That's what I thought too. But no, it just turns out that we overreacted.
Yeah.
And we hurt the immune system of a lot of people.
I got COVID. I was in Mexico one of the times I got it, and I thought that it would be smart to drink tap water to flush it.
No.
And then you just get diarrhea with COVID.
Yeah,
You got a double whammy.
Yeah.
it's coming out from the top, from the bottom.
Yeah.
But yeah, the COVID thing, I learned my lesson now. I'm avoiding everyone. If it ever happens again, I'm like, I'm not listening. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to take my vitamins. Everyone else go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
Because now they made everyone panic. They made us think you're going to die. Your neighbor's going to kill you.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And all the people that needed our help, we killed them. All the old people in those old folks' homes, they were the only ones that we needed to fucking help.
Yeah.
They were the danger category, and instead we're like, no, kids can't go to school. They have to. We fucked up the kids. Yeah. We killed the old people. We handled it the worst
poorly.
fucking way possible.
In hindsight, it like wasn't what we thought it was.
Not at all.
Granted, millions of people died. It was very serious, but
a lot of them we killed.
There's gonna be a next thing that we're not prepared for now because it's only gonna be worse because of what would just happen.
Because now I won't trust anything.
Yeah.
Now I know myself.
What do you think the next big thing is?
I don't know anymore because I hopefully because we overreacted with COVID. Now if it happens again, because it happens every year. The flu.
Sure.
I didn't know the flu was killing people, by the way. I only found out during COVID.
Yeah, flu kills people for sure.
I had no idea. If you're too weak, it kills.
I actually like that it's called the flu because it's influenza, and we've kind of given it a cute nickname.
Yeah, the flu.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even COVID, right? It's kind of, it was like part of the same.
Right.
It's like we just gave it another name.
Yeah.
And now we're 2024 going into 2025. Yeah. So what was it, COVID 25, COVID 24?
It's been 5 years,
Insane. Yeah, it really, more than anything, like the biggest impact on my life is just the way it messes up time.
Yeah, I keep those years are like a weird limbo.
Yeah.
Set
I liked
of years.
early pandemic though. I like no FOMO. I like staying home. There's nowhere to go, nothing to miss.
I started taking a lot of walks during. That's my biggest weight loss was that year, and I remember taking a lot of walks, and it was, dude, it felt, and I was thinking, I go, is this it? Is
like
this the end?
No cars, no planes. It was nice.
I thought about if this is the end.
Yeah.
I was like, is this how the world ends? Like in this whimper? I remember Montreal Central.
We got plenty more things and bullshit to deal with.
Yeah, but at the time, it's like this is it.
Yeah.
It's so weird, and I was like, is this really
eerie.
it?
It was eerie.
Walking on the malls, Poseidon dead outside of Montreal Central, completely empty, just
I
me.
remember the night, the first night that they instituted the curfew here. I went out just to sneak around, just to feel like, see what it's like out there. Yeah, it was fun. It was crazy.
It was fun driving around. I remember I was allegedly, in 70 zones going like 180.
I remember the first time I got out a bit and I was driving. There was no cars, and on Lacadie, right across Rockland, there was no one there, but there was two women who got into an accident. Like one hit the other one, and I was like, ladies, there are no. How is this even possible? You have 3 empty lanes. How did you do this?
Yeah.
It was so. I remember driving because it was on the other side, and I was like, "There's 2 women arguing, like the cars that hit," and I was like, That's a sketch right there.
Yeah.
There's no one in the streets. The street is yours, and you still manage to fucking hate each other.
Yo, I got a sketch idea. Speaking of sketches,
Yeah.
Tell me if it's good. So it's you're at your dad's funeral, but then at the same time,
Why you kill my father in this?
No, like the character, and then at the same time, people start getting notifications that the queen died, and nobody gives a fuck about the funeral anymore. And the dude that's there that his father died gets upset.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. No one cared that the queen died this time in this part of the world.
No. We don't care. But
So this is a British sketch.
British, even it could be Canadian, because like fucking. But even not people caring. It's just like it's big news, and all of a sudden people don't give a fuck about the person that died.
So it doesn't have to be the queen dying. It's just big news. Wouldn't it be funnier if it had nothing to do with the queen dying? Wouldn't it be funnier if it was bigger than the death? Like if Jay-Z dropped a new album and people cared about that more than the funeral?
And then you got like Weekend at Bernie's, the dead dad, to get everyone to remember.
Yeah, like he's dead. You're like, yeah, but Jay-Z just dropped a fire track.
Is that too? Yeah.
I think you should film it.
I think you should try harder. I think.
No, it was just I wrote it down fast. So it was just a thought.
Right now?
No, not right now. Like yesterday, I just didn't think of like a punch or whatever. Like
I had a sketch idea or a series idea that I liked recently, where I want to do, the trope of like alien comes to Earth and tries to fit in and tries to not get found out and like keeps slipping up, but
like the Coneheads.
Kind of, yeah, like trying to fit in on Earth. It's 3 roommates in an apartment, and they're all that without knowing. Like
They're all different aliens from different places?
Yes, trying to fit in with each other.
Oh my God.
That's fun.
And they're
I
all
think it would be
like,
a funny series.
it would be a funny series because you don't know if they're autistic.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you have that, you know, sometimes like how not Bezos, Zuckerberg was in the beginning. Now he's becoming more human.
Now he wears like chains and
He's talking.
DJTs.
Yeah, he's calmer now,
Yeah,
but he used to
something weird
speak
happened.
like an android.
Yeah, something weird happened. He took like cool guy lessons or something.
That I think it's just he started getting laid. He
But
started
he's
having,
been married to the same girl forever.
but I don't. But I
Well,
think
he probably is getting laid.
Yeah, I
now.
think he's getting laid now.
Yeah.
And he's also
Someone ate his ass and he
exactly. That's what happened.
Yeah.
And he's using money, like he's actually using. He's going out. He's like, I can eat what I want. I can hang out with my friends, and he's getting more comfortable in his skin. And because I think a lot of the people like him that I see that just they were kind of closed in high school or in.
A lot of the most successful like tech entrepreneurs are huge nerds.
Huge nerd, but because I think we're all kind of nerds, but I think it's just they have that social. They never went into the heat, so they just don't know. They see it from an outside perspective, so then they try to emulate it, and they sound like aliens.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit,
yeah,
yeah,
he looks like he has 100K on SoundCloud now.
Yeah, and he started fighting. Right, he started training with
remember
MMA fighters.
Elon wanted to fight him.
Yeah,
But
in the
he
Coliseum.
would have kicked his ass though.
Knowing what I know now, because I thought Elon would win because he's older and bigger.
yeah,
but then I
Mark's a
saw
fighter.
he actually goes and fights in the cage.
Who do you think? Okay, all the world leaders are in a big battle royale. Which country's winning?
Oh, only the leaders.
Yeah, I think Canada's got a good shot.
Nah, Putin.
He's small though.
Yeah,
He'll strangle someone with his bare
but
hands.
he's
but-
ex-KGB.
Yeah, you need someone that was secret. So it's going to be one of these Eastern European guys.
I can't think of another politician.
I feel
that
like there's
was,
some like African countries.
Yes.
like, he'll like eat your face or something.
Yeah, something. Oh, one of the warlords
Idi
in
Amin
Africa.
style, yeah.
They're going to win for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're going to win. No, Trudeau's going to get raped.
I mean, he's a
he'll
cage
like it.
fighter though.
Trudeau?
No, isn't he
A cage
MMA?
fighter?
He's MMA trained. I thought.
No, he's not MMA trained.
Oh, I thought.
MMA trained, Trudeau?
I thought so. No.
No, he did a celebrity box match with an old man.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, with an old no.
Oh,
His party trick was falling down the stairs.
Oh yeah.
remember
Chevy
the-
Chase style.
Yeah, that was his
Yeah.
thing. That was like that's how you start a conversation.
Yeah. And
So-
then that one Halloween, and then it was history from there.
But Canada, people want to talk shit, but we're very progressive. Because the thing is, Canadians were mad now at the economy, but Canada wanted. As far as I'm concerned, I think that Canada wanted. We didn't care. We wanted we don't like a woman prime minister, neurodivergent, even like retarded. It doesn't matter. No, we wanted. We don't care, but we just didn't want it all in the same fucking person. And that's why we're mad, because we don't mind. Canadians don't actually give a shit about any of that stuff. We don't no Canadian's gonna be like, oh, I don't want a gay prime. Nobody cares.
Yeah, I don't
in
care who
Canada.
it is.
Yeah,
Just
no one cares who it is.
be
It's just
good
that
for us.
now
Yeah.
this guy has so many fucking useless qualities. That's why we're mad. It's just like, okay, look, we don't give a shit about your sexuality. We don't give a shit about the fact that you're a little dumb. But all at the same fucking time, bro. Everything. Leave some for the rest of us. Yeah, that's what it is.
So going back to the COVID thing,
Yeah.
I'm curious what your thoughts are on the next big thing to happen, whether it's a pandemic or my prediction.
Yeah,
war.
Yeah, that's
always
always
happening.
happening. I think in our lifetime we get a solar flare.
Oh, fuck me. That's been discussed.
Yeah. I think because you can't predict it. It's been like a couple hundred years. I think it happened in like the 1800s before there was really the grid that exists. It will fry everything. We can't see it coming and we're due for it.
So here's the thing about that. Would that mean that everything just shuts down instantly?
The grid's gone. Yeah, fried.
Can you still drive?
I think so.
Depends on the car. If it's electric, you might have a problem.
Yeah, and if it I think all the electric powered gas pumps probably wouldn't work.
Your phone's
But
not going to work.
banks done.
Your phone's done. Your TV's done. A gas-powered car, if you got gas in
If
it,
you have money in the bank, it's gone.
yeah, it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Credit card's gone. You have to keep stuff at home.
I mean, to be fair, even if you have cash at home, if everything's down, it's worthless. It's just paper.
Yeah.
There's nothing to back it.
I recently bought a bunch of silver bullions.
Oh, I have silver and gold. Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
I felt a little crazy, but
No, you should have
Yeah.
bought I bought it years ago.
yeah.
Yeah. I bought those little 10 ounces.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Silver's due for a come up.
Yeah, and you can't can't carry bacteria or whatever it is.
Silver,
I forget the
really?
I don't know
Some
the
people drink
science,
silver.
but- Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's colloidal silver. Wow. Yeah, it's supposed to be good for your health, I guess. I don't know, bro.
Is that why it kills werewolves?
That's exactly why.
Yeah, that's the that's the science.
There might be something behind that. Yeah, solar flare, dude. You might be fucking right, because I've been hearing about that for years, that we're due, and that there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
And
also, apparently, what's it called? Yellowstone is due to erupt.
Oh, that'll fuck everything. That could end the world.
Yeah.
That's world ending.
Yeah, and that's apparently been due for like 1,000 years.
And Poseidon, that's a black cloud of smoke covering the entire planet.
Yeah, I know.
It's literally like all of Wyoming and Montana becomes a volcano.
Wow. How fucking crazy is that?
So 2 states.
Pretty much.
No, the size of the volcano would be 2 states.
Yeah, exactly.
So right now, remember the Iceland volcano?
No.
The one that erupted and then we stopped air traffic for a couple of weeks. Remember all the dark
When was
clouds?
this?
A few years ago.
I
Really?
don't remember.
I don't even remember that.
But yeah, the planet's really trying to shake us off.
Type Iceland volcano.
I think these things always happen. We're just there now.
Yeah, and we're also the most connected and privy to information. So like we think this is all new, but it's been happening forever.
So a few years ago, we had to stop air travel across Europe. You remember this? There was a volcano that erupted.
Vaguely, yeah.
And there was smoke everywhere. And that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, this planet's going to blow.
No, you're not searching it up right. Just type in volcanic smoke. Yeah, was it 2014 maybe? No, not air quality. Just
air traffic. 2010. Hold on, let's try to pronounce this. Eyjafjallajökull.
It says
eruption.
falafel in the middle.
Yeah, it says falafel fuck ton cul.
Okay, so this happened in 2010, apparently.
Okay, so and that was nowhere near as big.
Yeah.
Nowhere near. This is like minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna be fucking crazy.
There's going to be some things in our lifetime that, yeah, COVID was nothing.
COVID was nothing in retrospect. We forced it. COVID, we're the ones who shut everything down.
And it was something.
Something's
but compared to what's on the horizon, I think.
Because you know the difference is COVID is, and look at all the damage it caused Poseidon, and that was nothing compared to COVID. We forced all the shutdowns. All this stuff, it's going to be the universe, nature. They're going to shut us down, and then we're fucked.
Yeah.
Because when we force the shutdowns, we also find the alternative routes.
Well, it's also when things happen, when disasters happen or a pandemic happens, we look to leadership for answers. But when there's a line where it passes, leadership's not going to have answers.
Yeah.
Last round they tried and they were wrong. They're not like, what are they going to say? Like,
what are you going to do when there's no grid? Who's in charge?
Yeah.
The strongest person's in
when
charge.
the rockets take off. And
that's when biker gangs are in charge.
Yeah.
God damn it, Poseidon.
Sorry.
Name one thing that government has made cheaper and more effective.
Oh, no, I logged out. Sorry.
Anyways.
It was a fish.
Well, Tyler, I'm fucking glad you came by.
Yeah.
I think it was fun. Let me know when you start your new project. You come back on. We'll fucking push that shit.
Awesome.
And the show, did you ever think of maybe continuing the show, but on your, like, kind of more
porn show?
Yeah.
I mean,
too much work.
Not even the work. It's just I'm not a porn guy. I loved doing it. It was super interesting. I loved having all the conversations, and it was meeting all these awesome guests and like learning from them. Really, really awesome experience. But if I'm gonna do something of my own and it's not a job that I'm getting paid to do,
you're not interested.
I'd love to have some people on to talk about their creative approach to filming content and stuff. That sounds cool, but I'm not like hungry to learn more about porn.
Well, that makes 2 of us. I'm not a porn guy.
Yeah,
I've never been
same.
a porn guy. And I have friends who are porn guys, and they know all the names, everything.
I think it's great for the people making it, that they can make a living, and that there's all these platforms that they can earn money and stuff like that. But as a consumer, I've never really seen the appeal.
Well, I see the appeal.
Oh yeah, all the sex.
Yeah, all the sex. The sex
all
is
the
very
nudity
appealing.
And
all the nudity and the
stuff,
sex.
yeah.
But it's not for. I guess I was too busy talking to fucking. I was too busy doing gay shit.
Yeah,
just me and a bunch of dudes in a basement and a microphone. So I was too gay for porn.
That does sound really
there's
gay.
plenty
That's gonna be the name of my book.
4 guys, 1 mic.
Mike is Mike. So Tyler, thank you so fucking much, and all your links are in the description.
Awesome, thank you. This was awesome.